Welcome to my channel, Value Old Coin, where history lives in your hands. If you're passionate about rare coins, vintage currency, and the fascinating stories behind them, you're in the right place. Don't forget to watch the full video. Share it with your fellow collectors. Like and subscribe to stay updated with more valuable content every week. So, let's get started. The 1976 Bicentennial Quarter stands as a powerful tribute to the 200th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence and the birth of the United States of America. Issued as part of the national celebration in 1976, this coin not only marked a historical milestone but also broke tradition by featuring a special reverse design and a dual date, 1776 to 1976. A first in U.S. coinage history. This quarter is not merely a circulating coin, it is a symbol of patriotic pride, the culmination of over 2 centuries of struggle, resilience, and growth. With over 1.6 billion pieces minted, the bicentennial quarter became a commemorative issue seen by nearly every American household, embedding itself into the cultural consciousness. Obverse details front side of the coin portrait. The obverse bears the familiar image of George Washington, first featured on the quarter in 1932, designed by sculptor John Flanagan. This rendition was kept intact for the bicentennial issue but paired with a unique dual date below the portrait. Inscriptions: United States of America across the top rim, Liberty to the left of Washington's bust, God We Trust to the right, below chin level, 177611976, dual dated at the bottom center to mark the 200th anniversary of American independence. Mint marks: minted in Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver D, and San Francisco. The S versions include proof and 40% silver versions for collectors. This side connects America's founding father to the foundational ideals of liberty and trust in divine providency. Motif deeply rooted in US coinage since the 19th century. Reverse design, patriotic drummer, BOI and like regular Washington quarters. The 1976 Bicentennial Edition features a one-time reverse design, chosen through a public competition held by the U.S. Treasury and Mint. Designer, Jack L.R.A., commercial artist from Chicago, created the winning reverse design. Main image, a colonial Revolutionary War soldier, commonly referred to as the drummer boy, is shown in full action, beating a drum with a flowing flag in the background. Flame and torch, to the left of the soldier's head, a victory torch encircled by 13 stars representing the original colonies, appears. Inscriptions: E pluribus, UNUM Latin, 4 out of many, 1 above the torch. $quarter denomination. Along the bottom rim, this reverse emphasizes the human spirit of independence, young patriot beating his drum to rally the spirit of revolution. The image conveys movement, youthful resolve, and hope for the nation's future. Historical context: celebrating 200 years of independence, bicentennial celebration was a monumental event in U.S. history. In 1976, the country marked 2 centuries since July 4, 1776, the day the Declaration of Independence was adopted in Philadelphia. To commemorate this, the U.S. Mint issued 3 coins with special bicentennial designs: $quarter Washington, $half Kennedy, Eisenhower. Unlike typical commemoratives that are produced in small quantities, coins were intended for mass circulation, ensuring that nearly every American could hold a piece of the nation's 200th birthday in their hand. Minting and SBC, IFICATO and S3 mints participated in producing the bicentennial quarters. Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D, San Francisco S. Proof and silver-clad varieties mintage numbers: 1976 Philadelphia, 809,784, 0161976 D Denver, 860,118,839, 1976 S clad proof, 7059, 0991976, S, 40% silver, uncirculated, 11 million. 1976 S, 40% silver proof, 4 million. Physical specifications: standard clad version, composition, outer layers of 75% copper, 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core weight, 5.67 grams diameter, 24.26 mm. Treated, 40% silver version, S-mint mark only. Composition: 40% silver, 60% copper weight, approximately 5.75 grams. Value is higher due to metal content, value, and CIOLLITY. Most bicentennial quarters remain common due to high mintage, but collector interest is still strong. Their value depends on condition, mint mark, and composition. Circulated value: 25 cents face value, uncirculated condition, MS63 and above, $1, $5 plus high grade certified, MS66 and MS67, $15, $50 plus 40% silver proof or uncirculated, $4, $12 plus based on silver price errors, double dies, off-center strikes. Clipped planchettes, $50, $500 plus, depending on rarity and clarity-proof sets and mint. Sets including the silver versions are particularly desirable among collectors. These were sold directly by the U.S. Mint in special packaging. Symbolism in THMS. The bicentennial quarter represents unity, revolution, and hope. The colonial drummer evokes the sound of a fledgling nation preparing for liberty. The torch and stars symbolize enlightenment, unity, and the original 13 colonies that birthed a republic. The inscription Z pluribus unum, liberty. In God we trust reinforce foundational American ideals. The dual date further emphasizes a bridge between past and present, reminding citizens of the progress made and the democratic experiment that continues. Educational cultural. Implicit. These quarters were not only part of commerce but of education. Children across the U.S. learned about American history through these coins. Schools, museums, and patriotic events used them to stir national pride. They became teaching tools, conversation pieces, and souvenirs of the 1976 national spirit. Additionally, the bicentennial quarter helped pave the way for the State Quarters Program 1999 to 2008, which reignited popular interest in coin collecting. Conclusion: a legacy in CIRCUL 18-1, the 177661976. Bicentennial quarter is far more than pocket change. It is a national memento cast in metal. Its artistic imagery, patriotic symbolism, and historical significance make it a treasured piece in many collections. Even though billions were minted, each quarter serves as a reminder of the American journey, from revolution to republic, from 13 colonies to 50 states. Whether found in a coin jar, passed in a family collection, or displayed in a velvet case, the bicentennial quarter remains a lasting echo of the spirit of '76 and of the enduring ideals that shaped the United States of America. The 2000 Virginia State Quarter is one of the most historically evocative coins in the 50-state quarters program. Launched by the United States Mint, released as the 10th coin in the series, it celebrates the founding of Jamestown in 1607, marking the quadricentennial 400th anniversary of what became the first permanent English settlement in America. This Denver Mint D-Mint mark issue holds a particularly meaningful place among both numismatists and historians for its deep ties to American colonial beginnings. Obverse details front of the coin. The obverse of the coin retains the standard Washington quarter portrait, designed by John Flanagan in 1932, which was originally introduced for the bicentennial of George Washington's birth, although slightly modified for clarity in the State Quarters program. The design preserves the classical profile of the first U.S. president. Legend, inscriptions, United States of America. Across the top perimeter, Liberty at the left of Washington's profile. In God We Trust, lower left, just below the chin. $quarter at the bottom of the coin. Denoting the denomination, the mint mark indicates it was struck at the Denver Mint, which produced hundreds of millions of these coins. Reverse design, Virginia 1788 to Jamestown 1607 to 2007. The reverse, designed by Edgar Z. Stever, is rich in colonial heritage and symbolism. It highlights the 400th anniversary of Jamestown and underscores the role of Virginia as the cradle of English settlement in the New World. Design description. The central image depicts 3 ships, identified as the Susan Constant, Godspeed, and Discovery. These were the vessels used by the Virginia Company of London to bring English settlers to the shores of Virginia in 1607. Inscriptions on the reverse. Virginia at the top, marking the state being honored. 1788 denotes the year Virginia ratified the U.S. Constitution and became the 10th state in the Union. Jamestown 1607-2007, acknowledging the 400th anniversary of the first successful English colony, quadricentennial, signifying the 400-year celebration. E pluribus, unum, Latin for out of many. 1. A motto of the United States, appearing beneath the ships. 2000, the year of issue. Historical significance of Jamestown and the Virginia Quarter. The Virginia Quarter does more than celebrate a state. It memorializes a pivotal chapter in the story of America. Jamestown, established in 1607 by 104 English settlers, became the first permanent English colony in North America. It marked the beginning of English and, by extension, American political and social structures in the New World, which would evolve into the U.S. democratic system. This settlement was backed by the Virginia Company, a joint stock venture aimed at expanding English territory and resources. The ships illustrated on the quarter transported those first brave colonists across the Continental Atlantic and symbolized not only courage and enterprise, but also the start of centuries of American history. Jamestown also lays the foundation for complicated historical legacies, including interactions with indigenous tribes like the Powhatan Confederacy, the arrival of enslaved Africans in 1619, and the early seeds of American self-governance with the establishment of the Virginia Sousa Burgesses in 1619. Minting information and mintage numbers. Mint Denver Mint D. Year of issue, 2000 mintage 2000D. Approximately 651,616,000 coins composition. Clad cupronickel. Outer layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel over a core of pure copper. Weight, 5.67 grams diameter. 24.26 mg. Redead because of its high mintage. The 2000D Virginia quarter remains common in circulation. However, uncirculated or high-grade examples, especially MS66 or higher, can be valuable to collectors. Collector and market value. While most circulated Virginia quarters hold face value due to their abundance. Mint condition, coins, or those with unique features like full luster, no contact, marks, clean fields, strong strike, can command higher prices in numismatic markets. Circulated value, 25 cents, uncirculated MS62 MS63, 50 cents to $2. High-grade MS65 to MS67, $5 to $30. Error coins, off-center strikes, die cracks, etc. $20, $500, plus depending on rarity and visibility of the error. Proof versions were also struck in San Francisco, marked S, both in clad and 90% silver, and are highly sought after for their mirrored surfaces and sharp details, symbolism, and cultural legacy. This coin honors not only a state but the origins of American colonial identity. Virginia, often called the mother of presidents, has a storied history deeply rooted in the nation's foundation. The inclusion of Jamestown's fleet immortalizes the courage, exploration, and ambition that fueled the English expansion into the Americas. Moreover, the quadricentennial mention makes this coin unique. It is among the few that directly commemorate a 400-year historical milestone. It stands as a powerful reminder of both the promise and complexity of the American story. Conclusion: a timeless tribute in metal. The 2000D Virginia State Quarter is more than a coin. It is a metallic time capsule. It commemorates the genesis of English-speaking America, symbolized through 3 ships and a distant colony that would one day spark a revolution and form a nation. While plentiful in pocket change, its deeper value lies in the rich historical narrative it represents. From colonial dreams to constitutional realities, this quarter is a tribute to how far the American story has come since Jamestown's humble beginning. For collectors, educators, and history enthusiasts, this coin offers a tangible connection to the dawn of American settlement, as well as a beautiful and lasting tribute to Virginia's central role in that epical moment.